A mysterious stranger. John was at home sitting in his chair with a book. All of a sudden, his wife's super expensive statue fell and broke in their bedroom. He ran into the room in time to see a stranger jump out the window and run away. John tried to chase him, but his glasses fogged up because of the cold. That's why he wasn't able to identify the intruder. When the police arrived, they listened to his story and immediately knew he was lying. The man made this story up not to admit he'd broken the statue himself. How did they know this? Anyone who wears glasses knows that they don't fog up when you go from a warm room to the cold outdoors. It's the other way around. A smart teacher. One day, a teacher decided to give her students a test, but all of them refused to take it. She could give detention for skipping the test to only one student. All of them knew each other's names. If a student knew they were going to get detention, they agreed to take the test. How could the teacher make all the students participate? She told them that she'd give detention to the student whose name came first alphabetically. Then this person wouldn't skip the test. The next person on the list wouldn't skip as well, and so on until the end of the list. On a safari. Let's imagine you don't know what an elephant looks like. One day you're going on a safari to watch animals with your friends. One of them points at a rhino and tells you it's an elephant. The other shows you a hippo and claims that it's an elephant. Who will you believe and why? The task was to imagine that you didn't know what an elephant looked like, not that you didn't know what a hippo and a rhino are. It means you won't believe either of your friends. A near miss. A man dressed in all black from head to toe was walking in the middle of the road. All of a sudden, a huge black car with its headlights off came around the corner and screeched to a halt not to hit him. How on earth did the driver of the car see the man in black? Well, it's kind of hard not to notice a man dressed completely in black during the daytime. A resourceful horse. A horse is on a long rope. The animal wants to get to an apple tree, but the distance to the tree is longer than the rope's length. And still, the horse manages to get there. How is it possible? Well, the other end of the rope isn't attached to anything. The only way out. Sam and his brother John were always fighting. Their mom couldn't take it any longer and came up with a clever plan to stop them. She told the boys to stand on the same piece of paper in such a way that they didn't touch each other, and it worked. The boys couldn't fight anymore. How did she do it? The woman slipped the paper under a closed door and made Sam stand on one side and John on the other. A match puzzle. You have 3 matches. Can you make a 6 out of them without breaking them into pieces? Who said the number has to be a standard 6? The matches make a perfect Roman numeral 3 right from the get-go. So all you have to do is bring the bottoms of the first 2 matches toward each other, and you've got a Roman numeral 6. Which way to go? You find yourself in the middle of a forest with 3 paths in front of you. One is covered in burning hot coals. Another is full of really sharp nails. And the third path is so ice cold that it feels like Antarctica right under your feet. Which path should you choose? Pick the third path. All that ice is bound to be gone soon. It's too close to hot coals. The odd one out. You find yourself in a photo gallery. After looking at the wall, you realize that one of the pictures doesn't belong. You see a raccoon, a llama, a football, and a balloon. Can you tell which is the odd one out? You have 7 seconds to guess. It's the llama picture. The other 3 objects have 2 double letters in their names, but the llama only has 1 double. And trust me, don't get too close to the llama, they might spit in your face. It's not fun. A blind customer. A blind man comes into an electronics store and wants to buy a cell phone. There are lots of gadgets on the shelves, but the man can't see them. And still, 10 minutes later, he leaves the store with the very phone model he wanted. How did he manage it? The man was blind, not mute. He just asked a shop assistant to sell him the phone he was after. Sleepless times. During which month do people sleep the least? During February. It has only 28 or a maximum of 29 days. That just cracks me up. Hidden treasure. Martha really loved her little sister Marie, but once she had to go away for the whole day, she didn't want Marie to miss her too much or get bored. That's why she organized a treasure hunt for the girl. Before Martha left, she gave her little sister a map. She told the girl if she followed the instructions, she'd find a real treasure. Marie followed the map to a T. She made the exact number of steps and turned at all the right spots. She eventually got to the end and started digging. The little girl dug and dug, but still found nothing. Naturally, she was pretty upset. When Martha got back, she took the map and almost immediately found the treasure. How so? Hopefully 7 seconds will be enough for you to crack this mystery. Martha made one major mistake when she was drawing the map. Her steps were a lot bigger than Marie's. That's why the younger girl couldn't find the spot where Martha had hidden the treasure. A modern art problem. Michael Adams, who disliked what passed for art in modern times, rushed into the city gallery and caused millions of dollars worth of damage to several paintings. Yet the manager of the gallery thanked Mr. Adams for his actions. How come? Michael was a firefighter. The water from his hose damaged several masterpieces, but he still managed to extinguish the fire and save many more exhibits. Half full or half empty? There's a barrel of water in the yard. You look inside and say that it's more than half full, but your friend argues that it's less than half full. How to figure out who's right without using any measuring tools or removing water from the barrel? Tilt the barrel so that the water touches the rim. If you can see the bottom, the barrel's less than half full. If the bottom is still covered with water, it's more. Which animal? Imagine that you're in the wild and there's a lion in front of you and a jaguar behind you. You have a tranquilizer with only one arrow. Can you figure your way out of this tough spot? Well, I'd tranquilize the lion and drive off in the Jaguar. I mean, it's a pretty fast car, right? A rainy paradox. One day, a man got caught in the pouring rain. Unfortunately, he had no umbrella or hat or anything else he could use to stay dry. Yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How so? Well, the man was bald. A security guard. What does a security guard do when a bird sits on their head? Probably shoos it away, right? If a bird is sitting on a security guard's head, this person is most likely sleeping. 3 sons. John's father has 3 sons. There's Jack, a quiet, intelligent student. Then there's Jason, a popular athlete. So, who's the 3rd son? It's John. His father has 3 sons: Jack, Jason, and him, John. A tough choice. Imagine you've just entered a pitch-black room. There's an oil lamp, a newspaper, and some kindling wood inside the room. You have only one match. You have to make a tough choice. What to light first? The oil lamp is definitely a good choice, but it's still incorrect. First of all, you need to light the match. A weird coat. What kind of coat can you put on only when it's wet? The answer is a coat of paint. How clever. Really?